Hello, Saalih Muhammed from Richmond, California. Been playing professional soccer for 5 years now. I went to Croatia at 16. After my sophomore year of high school, I spent 4 years there. Then after that, I came home, signed my first professional contract at 21, and yeah, just been a journey, a wonderful journey ever since. Well, I know my dad wanted me to play soccer because it was something different. You know, I think he understood as well. He was like, because he was in basketball, he knew that I wasn't going to be some 6'8". You know, he was like, well, if he plays basketball, I'll probably end up having to be a guard. We could teach him everything he needs to, but let him play something else. And kind of is actually like a stopgap, well, placeholder for me to go play basketball because the plan was go play soccer, get your footwork right. You know what I mean? And then you be ready when you need a hoop. What I think is crucial is that I was playing in environments where they really cared about me and they cared about my development. And I think that's a big difference in how a kid loves anything. And my dad made sure that I had, always especially black footballers to look at and say, okay, this is what it looks like to be doing it at the highest level. And these are like George Weah, Thierry Henry, Pele posters in the room. And I think that's also important because I think there's a power in visualization as well as, putting yourself in the shoes of others. No, I mean, I played in New Mexico for 2 years, and I got there through a tryout, and it was kind of crunch time for me too. It was at a point where I just came off like a pretty rough season where I didn't play. Me and the head coach were just really butting heads over in Pennsylvania. And I was always dominating in practice and whatnot, but like the coach just wasn't having, I wasn't touching the field. And, that happens every once in a while. And so then I went to New Mexico and I did a 2-week trial. And it's funny because that coach in New Mexico who took over the team, he almost took over the team in Pennsylvania. But then even before that, I did a trial when I was 18, and this agent had hooked me up with a trial in Charlotte, and he was the assistant coach at the time. And then he ended up getting the New Mexico job. He remembered me from that trial. And I just use that as an example of you always, like for anybody, any young athletes who are watching this, every moment is important. Like that tryout at 18, even though I didn't sign a contract, opened the door for me to play in New Mexico because I just came in there ready. I came in there, and I was just performing well. And being strong and being able to produce force constantly throughout a game is, fundamental in being a top footballer. Like all the best footballers, especially now, the way we're looking at football now and like some of the players that are coming up now, like people used to be so obsessed with this finesse and like, and which is cool. There are players that are like that and are effective, but you look at the best players now, they're powerful, strong. Having played for this long and also playing at a professional level, games, to play a 90-minute match at a high level requires an extreme amount of intensity. And because you're going back and forth upfield, you're running, you're cutting, you're jumping, you're in duels, and then, so there's a physical stress, but then there's also the mental stress of the game also. It's been good. I think the organization is still figuring out how to be the organization that they want to be in terms of the product that we produce on the field, as well as the marketing, the branding, as well as the technical staff and how we take care of the players. And so it's going to be a process because this is the first time for them at this level. They were playing in NISA before, which is like a semi-pro league, and it's still decent, but the USL is like, it's a high level of football. And so it requires high level of execution. And so, you know, we're figuring out now where everybody on the team fits, as well as where the staff is, like how they'll gel and things like that. And so for me, I'm kind of taking on, I feel like the mentality of lead by example. I think I realize like I'm not the type of like rah style of like leader where, you know, get all up in your face and did it. I feel like the best lane for me is just execute. And then if I see something that can be fixed, I'll come to you, talk to you personally so that it can actually get fixed and worked out. And so, you know, it's been good though. It's really been good to be out there and just back training. I think it'll be nice tomorrow. We're supposed to play 11v11, and so that'll be nice, you know, just kind of play free because we've been doing a lot of structured stuff right now, which is cool, but you don't really get that opportunity to just let loose. And so I'm hoping tomorrow will be a good opportunity to do that and just, yeah, be dominant on the field.